Okay, team, great to be with you. Tuesday mentoring time. Um, Remember me system, because we spend so much time trying to get new people that quite often we actually already have the gold mine with us at our fingertips, in our networks, in our database, across our socials. And we often think, I need new, I need more leads, it's like, no, you don't. When you create authority with influence and you stay remembered, that's what creates awareness, interest, and opportunity. You have Calvin who goes, hey, we can help people with refinancing. We can help people buy properties. We can help people get assets. We can help businesses with cash flow. Anything to do with you needing money, we can help. But firstly, someone has to be aware of that. Then they actually have to be interested in that for them to even have Kelvin on their radar for him to be able to help. And quite regularly, it's the first two things that let us down. Because we just assume, well, I spoke to that person 4 years ago, so of course they know. They don't. Not because they're not choosing to know, but simply because most people are pulled in so many directions every single day that we just simply forget. So it is our job to make sure that we, every single day, we're creating awareness, we're creating interest, we're demonstrating how we can make people's lives better. And that is then what creates opportunity. So I sort of look very much like this in this whole remember me piece, because it goes, okay, when I have a new person that comes into my world, that's the attract person. That's the attract piece. So you could go to a networking event, you could ask for referrals, you could go to a trade show expo, you could go to a conference, you could speak, you could do SEO, you could do ads, you could stand outside with a billboard, you could, like, it doesn't matter what you do. That's the attract piece. That's how you bring people who don't even know you existed a second ago into your world. And that needs to happen, because that brings more people into your world. But that should happen without you. So, like in our world, you guys run your connection campaigns. It brings the ideal type of person into your world. Okay? You run your referral partner whiteboard. That helps you to find people who can hopefully cross promote you, get you to speak to their audiences, find you referrals. You leverage events and you use the event software to send out invites every single day. No matter what you're doing, it's going to send out event invites. So right now you have three things that allow you to bring new people into your world. We have a LinkedIn hub that runs the first Tuesday of every single month that you are more than welcome to come to. So there, you just simply have an online networking hub that you can come and meet new people. Why does that assist you? Because there might be people who actually could become your next client. There could be people that you could do cross promotions with. There might be people that want to come to your next event. So there's 4 simple ways without spending a cent. And most of them happen without you. And that's key. They need to be able to happen without you. Okay, that's not the piece we're concentrating on. But that needs to happen. Because when that happens, you now have an audience. Now, the power of your audience is when you have them in a CRM. If they're on social media, that's fine, but you don't own them. As soon as Meta, Facebook, Instagram, decides to do something else, they can just close it down. All those people are gone instantly. LinkedIn, same thing. Like, in the foreseeable future, we don't see that happening. Shit, things happen overnight, don't they? Right? It's just like what I've always said to people who go, oh, we rely on SEO. That's great until Google changes the algorithm or Google decides to go down a different path. And you go from being on page 1 in the top 3, getting 10, 15 inquiries a day, to now being on page 700 and you don't get seen. It happened 97, 98, 2002, 2005, 2007, 2011, and they're just the years I can remember where I saw businesses pretty much die instantly overnight. You can't rely on having your audiences on other people's stuff. You have to own it. You have to control it. So if you don't have a CRM, you need to speak to me. And if you've got one that doesn't work, you've got to speak to me. Because that is where your Remember Me system runs from. Okay? So everything you attract ends up in here. Now we have the opportunity to create authority, influence, and being remembered all the time. So let's go and let's have a bit of a look. Here's your CRM. You might call it your database. Don't ever call it your list. It is your customer. No, it's not. It's your contact. It's not just your customers. It's your contact relationship marketing system. It's what it is. And in there, you have all of your contacts. Don't think that a CRM, and this is probably the mistake out there, because I don't even know who, probably in fact marketing people have stuffed it up. They usually do. Right? In that people go, oh, your database is who you email. So therefore, the only people you put in your CRM are the people you want to email. But no, every single one of your contacts should be in your CRM. That doesn't mean that every single one of your contacts received your value emails. Those people have opted in. So they've registered for a masterclass, a workshop, a lunch and learn. They've asked to get a guide. They've come along to see something of yours. All of those sorts of things, that is someone opting in. You don't need their permission. Their permission is straight away, I've registered for something. I've wanted to get your guide. I wanted to see the video. But then you might have other contacts, your referral partners, your cross-promotion partners, the people where you have been able to go and do speaking events at. And now you need to tag all of your contacts in a way that allows you to create lists of people. So I have, for example, my mail out group. Now that's only like 1/3 of all my contacts. Then I've got referral partners as a tag. I've got cross-promotion partners as a tag. I've got speaking opportunities as a tag. I have current clients as a tag. I have past clients as a tag. Think about how you would like to segment all your contacts. I have LinkedIn connections as a tag. Because when you segment people the right way, now you can create workflows, automations, notes, tasks that ensure that you continue to be remembered and deepen the relationship. So when we think about, okay, what is this actual CRM database thing for? Well, it's really for like three things. So if I look at it, I go, okay, what is this for? Well, the first thing it's for is to be able to deepen the relationship. You know that no one buys from you, no one refers you, no one promotes you, no one talks about you, no one actually gives a hoot about you unless they feel connection, trust, bond, commonality. They're all the things. Now, Tim doesn't go through as a checklist and go, oh, yes, I feel connection with Michael. Tick. Oh, yeah, I feel trust with Michael. Tick. I feel commonality with Michael. Tick. Now I'm ready to help him. It doesn't work like that. You know that. It's a feeling. It is just simply a feeling. And that is the green brain, limbic brain. Okay? But what we need to make sure is that as part of our workflows, as part of our automations, as part of tasks that remind us to do things, we are deepening the relationship. Then the next thing, I'll come to the question in a second. Then the next thing that we need to make sure that we are doing is that we are demonstrating how we can make their life better. So that's why we do things such as value emails. That's why we do things such as content. That's why we do things such as masterclasses, webinars, lunch and learns, whatever you want to call it. Because now we can actually demonstrate we can make your life better. Now, they might not need it right now, but that's okay. If you're doing a good job of deepening relationships, they're watching, they're listening. Because you know that within your database, you have great people. I don't have the pain point that you solve right now. Doesn't mean that life doesn't change. I don't need a divorce lawyer until I do. Life changes, and you never know when it's going to change. Hopefully, it only changes for the better, but you never know. Red people. I've got the pain point. It's just not a big enough priority for me at the moment to actually do something about it. Yellow people. I've got the pain point. It is a priority, but I've got one or two roadblocks. Hey, I'm ready to go buy an investment property, but I've just got to make sure that now I get 25 tax return done to make it easier for the finance person to be able to find me money. That's an example of a yellow person. They want it, but they've just got a roadblock they've got to fix first before they can do you. And then you've got green people. They've got the pain point. It is a priority. They're ready to go. They just need to make sure, are you the right solution for them? So you've got all those people right now within your database. And they're not just prospect colors. They're referral partner colors too. So if you're wondering why someone isn't passing you a referral, I can guarantee you they're not green yet. They've got either relationship issues with you, or they don't understand how you're actually going to make their life better. It's exactly the same. Because all you're dealing with is human beings. And when you realize that human beings, as complicated as what we are, we're actually all the same. And we're all driven by fear, anxiety, doubt, the need for connection, the need for certainty, the need for uncertainty, the need for significance. We're all driven by the same thing. And we all have the same 4 brain chemicals happening at the same time. So when we put all of that into this mixing pot, it's where you guys are at such an advantage because you hear this. We talk about this all the time. And now you can put that into this mix and you do it from a green brain rather than a boring red logical brain that the majority of other business owners do it at because they don't understand this. Okay, so the first thing was deepen relationships. The second thing was demonstrate how you can make their life better. The third thing, you need to ask. You need to create conversion bridges that take somebody from your masterclass, from your content, from your value emails, from the goodwill to, hey, this is how I'm going to actually help you make your life better. And they're the 3 things that have to take place with your people. If all you ever do is just send out great stuff, I sit there and go, oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much. But I don't do anything, you don't get paid, and eventually you don't have a business. If all I ever do is go ask, I go, okay, I get it, but you haven't shown me how you're actually going to help me, so I'm not doing anything. So you've got to have all 3 taking place. Okay? So remember, at the very top here, we're bringing people in. That's the attract piece. But for so many of you, if you think across your socials, across the various spreadsheets you might have, across the people in your phone, across the people who you've sent emails to, across, if you do have a CRM, who's in your CRM, you've got a lot of people. And I want you to start seeing all of those people as your gold mine. Wendy and I were on Get Help yesterday. Wendy showed me her CRM. And we both looked at it. And Wendy said, I've got so much gold in here. In fact, I think Wendy's words were, I've got a little bit of gold in here. My words were, you've got more than a little bit. You've got enough to pretty much last you for goodness knows how long. But the focus was more on the new than what was sitting already in the gold mine. And we all do it. I've heard Calvin many a times, I've got to find new people. Calvin has 18,000 plus people sitting in his database. He's got plenty. So what we need to make sure that we do is that everybody who's in our database, and remember, if you don't have one, if you don't have your contact relationship management system, you need that. You're sending me an email right now, Michael, I don't have a contact relationship management system, or I'm not happy with one. Because that's the first thing that has to get sorted out for you to be successful with the accelerate your authority and influence and your engage or remember me system. Right? They're 2 projects as part of our 9 projects. And you can't do those 2 to the extent I want you to without this. So once you've got that, the next thing I'm going to ask you is this. What workflows do you have in place that deepens a relationship, demonstrates you can make their life better, and has a little conversion bridge? It can be simply a PS. PS, here are 3 ways I can help you right now. PS, if you would like help around XYZ, hit reply and let me know. So what workflows do you have in place? What automations do you have in place? Now, you can do a mixture with those two things of email and SMS. Make sure you have an SMS system linked in to your CRM. So when you put them in a workflow or an automation, the first thing I might do is send Wendy an email on day 3. And then on day 7, I send her a text message. Then on day 15, I send her an email again. And you mix it up. So make sure you have the ability to mix up the vehicles. Now, you could go a step further. I send an email. I send an SMS. I create a task that sends an email to Hampers R Us, who create a hamper and just send it straight off to that person. I don't even need to touch it. I don't even need to know it even happened. Like, there are so many things that you could do. Really, just the thinking is the limit. So, workflows, automations. You need to make sure you got tags right so that you can segment to create the right lists. I want you to not just go, oh, well, my CRM's just for sending out my value email every week. That is the absolute bare. In fact, it's not even the bare minimum. That's like 0.5% of what we should be doing with this. It's why it is the tool that should pretty much just be open whenever you're at the computer. So what I've done here is made you hopefully think about, okay, how can I take my Remember Me system to a completely different level? What sort of things can we take in place? Oh, crap, we've only really been using it just for prospects. We could use it for referral sources. We could use it for follow-ups. We could use it for check-ins. We could use it for recalls. Tim and Nick and Chris, they work with a client and they run a training, and then they tag them as past client. And they go then straight into a workflow. And at the 3-month mark, they get a beautiful email. Hey, first name, just wanted to check in. It's been 3 months. How the team finding everything? And he could do the same at 9 months mark. And he could do the same at the anniversary mark. And then all of a sudden, they go, oh, in fact, you know what? We probably need a refresher on this. And now all of this happens without it having to be in Tim's head going, oh, that's right, it's been 12 months. I need to reach out to these guys. Tim's not going to, he shouldn't have to remember that. Check-in and recalls are so powerful. Because when they finished up, they were green, they got what they needed. So they became grey again. Hey, you never know what happens with life. They could have easily become red and yellow, and you're going, oh, well, they'll just reach out if they need us again. Yeah, or someone else got into their world and they forgot you, and now they're speaking with the other people. See it way too many times. And once it's set up, it's like it doesn't take any of your time. So who cares if they never come back to you? Because you should always be focused on deepening the relationship with them. Because they have all these circles of people that they know that they could easily be sharing a story. Oh, I never believe what happened. We did this training probably was like 18 months ago. And I got this really nice SMS from them, just checking in and seeing how we were going. We've got to give people a reason to talk about us. We love just sharing stuff with other people, stuff that happens throughout our day. You won't believe what happened. It's like 12 months, and we did this great training, this great leadership people training. And our guys absolutely loved it. The other day, we got this wonderful gift hamper, just simply saying, happy 1 year anniversary. I hope your team are still smashing it and are more productive than ever. Imagine the dopamine that creates. So I'm using examples there for Tim, but hey, you can all take the examples because simply they are just simple recall and check-in workflows and automations. That's it. As I said, we are just limited to our imagination. So luckily we've got robot friends these days who can sometimes be a bit more imaginative than us. And you've got me that can sometimes be a bit more imaginative and have seen a whole bunch of stuff that have worked in other businesses that you can just tweak for your own. So that has to be the key, team. We have to go, great, how are we going to really take our remember me, our influence, our authority to a completely different level with all of the people we know? Because all of the people that you know right now simply are your gold mine. And we've got to just put the pan in, sieve around, and watch the gold sit at the bottom. Okay, people watching this as a recording, I hope that's been super helpful. We're going to work with the tribe right now, and we're going to implement. We're going to do Q&A. We're going to bounce ideas off each other. But if you're watching this as a recording, you need to make sure that you're getting along to a Get Help session on Monday or Thursday so you can actually start building this out. And if you don't have your CRM, you need to be reaching out straight away because that's when it all starts. People watching the recording, I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.